Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Pinang Stomo. I'm a student at UIN Radin Massaid Surakarta with the student ID 2461205. And today we're gonna learn about modes of interpreting. Firstly, I want you all to understand the objective of this today materials. The objective of today material is to help students understand the modes of interpreting. Without further ado, let's check the material first. Modes of interpreting refers to the way which interpreting is conducted. So there are several kind of modes. Firstly, it's a consecutive, simultaneous, whispered, and sight interpreting. Let's talk about consecutive interpreting. In the consecutive interpreting, the interpreters start speaking after the speaker finishes speaking. The speaker then divides his or her utterance, divide the speaker utterance into some phases and give time, then ask a time to the speaker to translate speaker words consecutively. So this I recommend you, if you want to be consecutive interpreter or do a consecutive interpreting, you should have a take note. Take note because it will help you. The interpreter is usually visible, or we can say that the listener may recognize his or her presence in the meeting. And since it's not easy to do, so the consecutive can use note-taking technique just as I said before. And consecutive interpreter must convey a full rendition of the source text, so it's need to be without adding or omits every single thing. Next is simultaneous interpreting. Unlike consecutive interpreting, in simultaneous interpreting and the interpreters speak at the same time as the speaker delivers the speech. The simultaneous interpreters do not speak directly to the listener, but they speak into a microphone. As you can see in the picture, this beautiful lady right here is the interpreter, and there's a microphone out here, and there are the speakers, a lot of speakers, and this is in an international conference. Finland in 2001 states for this reason simultaneous interpreting is conducted in team, usually in a group of two. Unfortunately, in this picture, there's only one person. And this type of interpreting is usually held for large meetings, you can see. And the interpreters sit at a place called booth. Here's the booth, yeah. Booth is equipped with the tools such as microphone, headphone, and mute button and volume button. On the other hand, the listeners are provided with headphones that they can switch to the language they want. Next is whispered interpreting. Whispered interpreting is a form of simultaneous interpreting which is usually used for a small group meeting. Unlike simultaneous speak interpreting, whispered interpreting consists in small group, and this type of interpreting is also known as Churchotek. The interpreters do not actually whisper to the listener, but they just lean and just speaking, interpreting what they have to interpret. The next but not last is a sight interpreting. Generally, interpreting activity involves the activities of listening and speaking. However, sight interpreting comprises reading and speaking, so it's a double job for interpreters because it requires reading comprehension and ability to understand the entire text quickly, because even though the interpreters can ask time. Since there's a little bit of time, so we're gonna talk about types of interpreting. Next type of interpreting is refers to the context of activities, including the media or the place. In the 2026, there are a lot of things about technology. Without further ado, firstly, we gotta talk about conference interpreting. This interpreting is used at the meeting or conference where the participant speaks in different languages. Conference is big, especially in the international one. conference interpreting can be conducted using consecutive or simultaneous interpreting. Depends on the size. And nowadays, as the participant of the conference can be large, so it's mostly simultaneous. Next is escort interpreting. Escort interpreting is type of consecutive interpreting, which is usually for informal settings. So it's small and informal. And the point is, escort interpreters may include as sightseeing, tours, guided visit, business travel, and international affairs. The next is the liaison or bilateral interpreting. The interpreter translates two parties or more into language. In other words, the interpreter acts as mediator, the person who is in the middle of each participant's speech, thus must switch from one language into another. For example, if I am the interpreter, then my friend will be speaker, and my friend speaker, then I will be between them. The next is telephone interpreting. Telephone interpreting is usually a bilateral interpreting which uses telephone as the main media. It is widely applied in USA, especially for business, court, and even medical field. Telephone interpreting is very advantageous, especially for emergency needs. You know, in America there are a lot of languages, unlike in Indonesia, where Indonesian is the main language for us, even though there's a lot of different places. Next is television interpreting. Television interpreting is a type of simultaneous interpreting that uses equipment in a TV program which is recorded inside the studio. The interpreter sits in the booth where he or she is able to see the speaker. Equipment are provided inside the booth to help the interpreter. Meanwhile, when the program is recorded outside the studio, the interpreter sits and watches the speaker through the monitor. So it can be consecutive and can be simultaneous. Just depends on the situation, right? The next is video conference interpreting. As technology develops rapidly, equipment for interpreting activities develop as well. Video conference interpreting makes use of internet technology. There's a lot of application about video conference, especially to help us face to face with the person we have to meet, but we don't understand their language, so we can hire interpreting as form of video conference. The next is community interpreting. There's a lot of community interpreting. It can be most likely informal community. This includes education, housing, legal, social security, and police. Community interpreters must work for a particular community. For example, become a language mediator for immigrants and immigration staff. Well, that's it for me, Bintang Tomo. I guess that's 7 minutes. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.